Everybody, welcome back to Mondays with Mike. Welcome to 2020. I'm excited to say it. I'm excited for the year ahead. And I've been looking at some of the trends. I thought we'd take a little time to look at the trends that I think are going to be pretty relevant as the year unfolds. You know, the economy is doing pretty well. I think that most of the economists I was reading, especially last summer, were talking about an oncoming recession for this year. But during the fourth quarter, we saw wage growth. We saw employment growth. I think I read that we've seen 3% increases in wage growth pretty much every month since October of 2018. That's a great thing whether you're a buyer or a seller. It's great for the economy in general. Do we still have some headwinds? Of course, we may have some trade conflicts that are still being resolved. There's still competition from online retailers, which are hurting some people's businesses. You know, but all in all, as things unfold, seem to be doing pretty well. And it's been pretty stable on the real estate front, at least in New York and on Long Island. What are some of the more fun trends that we're taking a look at? Home sizes, right? It's not something we normally talk about, are actually starting to decrease again. So Long Island and New York City, there isn't that much room to build. This is mostly coming from other areas of the country where there are huge tracts of land to build these new houses. I didn't realize that since 1988, home sizes have increased by more than a third. So you probably know it if you take a look at what new construction looks like today. You see a lot of 3,000 square foot houses, and a lot of the older inventory on Long Island was more of the 1,500 to 2,000 square foot house. Well, the changing demographics may be bringing some of those smaller houses back. At least that's what some people are saying. And lastly, this is another thing that I read recently that I was a little bit surprised by. It appears that the prime buying season may be bumped up a couple of months. Apparently in 2019, February actually had the most views on the real estate websites, and January was only 1% less views than February. Typically, that's occurring in March and April. Now, I haven't seen those kinds of numbers bearing out in appointments to see listings, but we have seen a little bit of an uptick now that we're back into January. So we shall see. That's kind of a self-serving statistic that, on the real estate periodicals that I read, it's out there. Curious to see if it plays out, but I'll keep you posted. We keep our own numbers, and curious to see if that bears out. Anyway, not going to take up too much of your time. We'll have plenty of time this year to get into some great topics. If anybody has any topics that we haven't covered in a while, or maybe we've never covered, we'd love to hear from you, and looking forward to a great year with all of you. Take care.